I'm Adam Carolla. Hey kids, it's Evo, the brand new talking Vermont teddy bear. In the past, our talking teddies have been equipped with anywhere between 4 and 5 unique phrases, but new Evo talking teddy can have actual, meaningful conversations with you. No, it's not witchcraft. No, this teddy bear utilizes the dark powers of the internet and artificial intelligence to generate lifelike dialogue right back to your baffled child. Evo can actually hear what you're saying, process an eerily appropriate response, and seamlessly communicate with you. Remember, I said artificial intelligence, not intelligence. There are no spies here. Maybe intelligence was the wrong word. Maybe we're getting into the weeds. Let's have a listen to some of Evo's magic dialogue. If you take out my batteries, I can't love you as much. Has your new stepfather visited the United States before? If so, how long did he stay? Stop putting tape over my eyes. Wowee, they didn't have those back in my day. What an age to be alive. So do yourself a favor and buy a new Evo talking Vermont teddy bear today. It's artificial smartness. I'm Adam Carolla. It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book.
Oh, wasn't that lovely? It's my new theme. I made it 1,000,000 years ago. And I just touched it up and did some overdub. It's my theme. I like it. Okay, so I think I'm going to do something kind of like that at the top of the show from now on. I think it'll be it'll give people time to get in. It'll kind of introduce the show. I like it. I think that's going to work. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you like the new theme. Tell me something. Talk to me. I'm your friend, Ryan. Here we draw my my graphic novel, Bonehead. I'm on page 15. This week's a little stupid. I'm doing this at a strange hour. I don't have a ton of time for the next couple days, but I'm working on my graphic novel, Bonehead, which is this guy. The titular Bonehead is that guy. And yeah, we're going to get back into this page that I started yesterday. All right. Hey, everybody. We like comics here. We're learning how to make our first graphic novel. So, with all the prepping I did, I didn't pour my ink. That's okay. We'll get that in right now. Boom. Okay. Woo, woo, woo. Nice. Ink everywhere. Nothing left to drink. Or something. So yeah, if you haven't been tuning into the full episodes, we have a new Adam Carolla Vermont teddy bear commercial every episode. This is the 6th one. My roommate said he never knew Adam Carolla did Vermont teddy bear commercials. I say I didn't know he was still doing them, and here he is doing them for my show. Isn't that lovely? Thanks, Adam. What a doll. What a bear. What a guy. So I'm trying to bump up in these easy to do, time consuming. Like, it's all punk rock here. I'm not like doing a whole lot of research on how to make the show better. I'm just trying to think of what I can do to kind of pump some value into it. So I think I'm gonna front load those commercials. I think they'll get a little bit of attention. They'll grab the attention a little quicker instead of putting them buried in the middle where no one hears them. And I'm trying to think of stuff to flesh out the middle of the show too, if there's any way I can do that. So if you're a fan of the show, please speak to me. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me your ideas. What's going to bump up your listening experience? What's going to bump up your what do you want to see? What do you want? What do you want from me? I mean, geez, over here. Here I am recording commercials, recording theme songs over here about this. Okay, just taking a peek. Okay. And fellas, yeah. My buddy's Kickstarter campaign is still going. That Mothman Loves You enamel pin. Now, I know some people who love enamel pins. I say get in quickly. It's got 21 days left as of today. This is September 17th, the Lord's year of 2021. She is running that campaign. She just funded. She broke her goal of $500. It's a great campaign. There's 3 tiers, all under $25 to you, the consumer. And every tier gets a pin. The top 2 tiers get a handwritten thank you note from Mothman himself. And by the way, Mothman and the person running the campaign are great letter artists, and I'm sure that thing is bound to be a work of art. The letter, that is. And also, I was speculating. I was wondering. I was like, I wonder, since she's funding so fast, I wonder if stretch goals is a thing she's considered. And it was like within hours, she announced her first stretch goal. So every backer is also going to get a print. I believe it's a Mothman print to go with it. And that doesn't charge anything extra to you, the consumer. Oh, glorious consumer. That was weird. Yeah. Please consider it. She's a friend of the show. She's a friend of the life of me. Soon to be a friend of the life of you. Check out her. I gotta put this in the link list in my description as well, under the friends of the show thing. She's got a Twitch channel under Catechus Flinch, like Atticus Finch, only cat and flinch. Catechus Flinch on Twitch. She's some kind of stream girl big shot over there. She's some sort of girl boss. No, she does game streams every week. And then twice a week she does art streams. She's that kind of guy. So she's a good friend of mine. I'm just trying to help in any way I can, even though, I'm little old me and she's big old big shot her. But I really like this campaign. It's her first endeavor with Kickstarter. So I'm happy to see her making stuff. You guys know, anyone watching this show, you know I'm a big fan of people making stuff. And enamel pins. Not a thing I'm normally into. I know a lot of people are. And then this is making me come around on it, on the idea. I kind of want to do a thing like her campaign myself now. I think that's a cool little thing. Oh. Jiminy Christmas, it's almost 8 o'clock already. That ain't right. So I can only go for about an hour today. So I'm gonna do my best. I ought to be able to finish this page. If I don't, I'm gonna punch me and you. So this is my book, Bonehead. It's a 235-page graphic novel. Bonehead, that guy I showed earlier, he's kind of a slacker, goof off. And at the beginning of the book, he's decided he's going to get his life together. So he's going for a promotion, and he's going to ask his girlfriend to marry him. His friends are all impressed, right? They're like, that's not like the Bonehead we know. And so he's trying to make his life better all of a sudden. And then he finds out his bosses are closing down the poison factory that he works at, and it's going to throw a huge wrench into all his plans, because it's like he doesn't know how to do anything else, you know. And so he finds out that they're closing it down because they've been working on some top secret project on the side, and he finds it and steals it so they can't shut down the factory, and it kind of gets him wrapped up in this big interplanetary fracas. There's space travel, teleportation, aliens, skeletons. There's a little bit of face melting, giant monster bugs. Oh man, it's a good book. It's going to be a good book. Oh, so we're drawing. This guy, Denton Crooks, he's actually the founder of the poison factory. So he's one of Bonehead's bosses. But this scene, this is the opening scene of the book. This scene takes place something like 10, 20 years ago. So this is in the past. We kind of visit this guy, Denton Crooks. We visit his backstory a few times throughout the book. And he's right now stealing this orb that powers essentially the whole planet that he's on. He's stealing it to take back to, well, I don't know if they live on Earth. I'm going to say that they live on Earth, this guy. He lives in a city called Necropolis. That's all I know for certain. But he's hauling this back to his planet once he successfully steals it from these aliens. Look at these alien police. They're like coming after him. Hey, get down from there! Stop it! That's what they say. And yeah. Oh, he's like, oh, I'm sorry. You want me to come down? Very well. And then on the next page, I gotta kind of do something to make this a little more interesting, I think. But he hops off. Down I go. Oh, it's all unfocused. Zaka. Okay. Down I go. And then he comes. Dude. He's got the orb and he's coming down on these cops. He's like, boink, bonk, bop. Here he is, bouncing down all the way. So that's probably tomorrow's page at this point. And usually, if you've seen my earlier videos at all, I go forever. I'll do. I usually do a whole page in a day at least, but the past few days, I can only chip away. I do not have a lot of time. And I slept maybe 7 hours today, and that's the most I've gotten all week. So that ain't it. But I want you to know, we don't squander our time here. So this is the like hour. I mean, I spent maybe an hour prepping this show, like doing the thumbnail, doing the arranging that theme portion of the show, and the teddy bear commercial. That maybe took me all of an hour to put together. And then now I'm doing this part, the drawing. So, I mean, if I had more time, I would be doing sketchbook drawings on top of a full page in a day. There are other little obligations that I need to hold myself to every day. It's just, there's not a lot of time this week. This week's an unusual week. But we'll get back come either Monday or Tuesday. I should be back to a normal schedule for drawing. Yeah, actually, so I was looking for. It occurred to me, because I was gonna put that commercial and then follow it up with that backwards theme I usually do, which is just some piece of music I've used for something before, but I didn't want to get demonetized. So in the past, I just reversed it. Then I had like little subliminal messages that I recorded and put across it, since it was backwards. And something just didn't feel right. I was like, I don't want to put that long. First of all, it's like 3 minutes long. I didn't want to put it at the top of the show because it just seemed too long and wasn't quite grabbing me right. And I wanted something that would kind of like maybe catch attention or something. And so I looked through the pieces of music I've made in the past. And the first thing I clicked on, I just clicked on it because I knew it was an instrumental thing. But it also happened to be like something I made to be recorded, to have the audio flipped. Like when I made it when I was like, I don't know, 17 or something. I made it to be flipped backwards, and I flipped it, and it was this big track, and it's actually longer, where it's got me doing like ow, 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 like I say ow, 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 ow on it, and then in the flipped track it goes la 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 la. But I cut that out of it, and I edited it a bit down, and made it a little more like comfortable. And it was the first thing I clicked on today to like looking for a theme, and I think that's a keeper. I like it. But like I say, let me know. Let me know what you think of it. I'm pretty happy. That track was called Warped, for lack of actually naming it back in the day. I just kind of phoned it in on that one, I feel like. Somebody's home. Okay, I was just making sure I was drawing on stream because I have a bad habit of moving my drawing off camera or something. Let's see, I'm getting messages. Oh, nothing special. Okay. Sometimes you gotta check. I think it's putting ink down there, but I can't see it. There we go. It's a little drop shadow underneath the cord. So I like to say what tools and things I've been using because I know most of my like high school and even college years, I was just kind of like didn't know where to start as far as art tools. And I really do recommend. I've never been an inking guy. That is to say, I've never been an ink and brush guy until maybe 3 years ago. I started trying it out to like see if I could get decent at it. And look, this is my idea of decent, by the way. This isn't my best page either, I want to say. But things kind of bow in the helmet, and they don't reach the edge on the inside of the helmet typically. Anyway, what was I saying? Something nice? So I've never been like an ink and brush guy until I decided to try it out because I was dead set on becoming more of an artist rather than just a doodler, which was my big problem most of my art life. So I recommend, like, I've been trying just, I would buy those like packs of just whatever junk brush, small brushes like this, but junk brushes at Hobby Lobby. They come like 12 to a pack and they're $5, and you get size 2, size 3, size 5, size whatever, a little fan brush or whatever. And it was good to practice on. Once I started inking this book, I busted into these ones that I got as a gift for Christmas. It's a Winsor & Newton Series 7. It's a Kolinsky Sable size 2 brush. And once I started using this on this comic, I was like, dude, that is a step up a show. Much smoother handling than something like this. This is the Fine Touch round, size 1. I think I use this for watercoloring or something. Or this Fine Touch round 3. Now they work just fine. But something about this, when I started using this, I was like, wow, that handles way better. Like right away, I was impressed. And the thing about this one, like it was like Christmas time. I was, on my list, I had Winsor Newton Series 7 Kolinsky Sable brushes. And I asked for those because that's what Bill Watterson used on Calvin and Hobbes. And because he's the great, I know other artists that use them. Notably, Doug TenNapel always uses these on his books. So I love all of his books. So it's like I want to draw like these two masters. So yeah, now I got them, and now I'm using them on my book, and I love it. Like I say, I don't know if this is my finest page, but now it might be there is a version of this I did already. Let's see. Oh, I know. Here, pardon my disappearance. I'm going to step out for a second. These books were my Bonehead sketchbooks. Look at all the Bonehead stickers I have plastic. Okay. In the first one, I sketched this background somewhere in here. Now this is going to be one of the intro pages too. I'm wondering if I see this one I did with a pen. And a Pentel brush pen as well to fill in the big blacks. Now this is going to be one of the intro pages. I just scanned it. Everything else I've inked on, because this was done like 2 years ago. Everything else I've inked on the show in this book here on YouTube. I'm wondering if I should do the sky black for this shot. I wonder if that would make sense, because I think I'm going to leave it to the color for this page. I'm not going to do it black. But that's how I did it for the opening thing. But this is essentially the same drawing. I think it's actually flipped. No, it's not. I was just looking at the screen. Okay. So it's settled. I will not make the sky in between the clouds black. Okay. This I actually think I want to come up here, because that's part of that cloud. I'll fix that with white later. There's a bit of a problem I'm having on this page so far. I was having it yesterday, I'm having it today. I'm wondering if it's the brush, but it's like it's not holding ink very well, where it's kind of sandy looking. The stroke is kind of sandy looking. Which can be fine. It's not what I'm trying to go for on all these strokes. Like, I like doing it once in a while, but like, now it's just splitting. No, it's good now. It's not doing it now. Did I have my little? Because I'm the coldest person in this house. Like, they turn the air conditioning to 70, and they're living their normal lives, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, so I have a heater in my room that I turn on all the time. And I left it on for a long time today, and it's off now, but my room is still boiling here. So it's like just dying. I'm dying. Is that a point? Nice job focusing, camera. Well, the camera has one job. Focus! And I nearly shoved this inked brush in my mouth to get a point. That would not be good. I'd get ink all over my mouth. Dang it. Like, just do it, Ryan. We know how much you love drinking ink. You degenerate. And I'm like, hey, shut up. I wonder, for all this fine work, if I would be better off doing a pen like I did in the original. I mean, I can pull it off with a brush. I think it will just take me a lot longer. Yeah, see, I can pull it off with a brush. Should I, though? That's the question. Like, do I do what's right? Or do I do, well, I don't know about right. Do I do the brave one, or do I do the expedient one? Is the bravery just foolishness of using the brush? Brave because I'm less skilled at it. It's also why I call it the right one, because it's like not my go-to. It's not what I want to do, but it's the format of the book I've established. It's the format of the project. Because I'm challenging myself. I mean, I'm challenging myself by making a book to begin with. But we push ourselves to be a better artist. There's one thing I don't like, and it's to catch myself phoning stuff in. Phone though I may in life. But when I catch myself, I try to call myself out on it. Yeah. That curve turned into math in my brain. It's like, where does the dot go? Should there be a line there? Because this little like jagged, it's like it hooks in like that. The pieces connect like that in my mind. But I was trying to figure out what the next piece looked like. I don't know. It's not too consequential. In fact, look at that little triangle. It's the least consequential thing I've ever drawn, but it held me up for a second. Do you believe that? That's art. It's constant problem solving, and then sometimes you're solving problems that don't even matter. Oh. Mamma mia! My phone is spazzing out. The connection isn't good. Dang it. It's going like boop boop. Like it's connecting and disconnecting like over and over real fast. Stupid phone. Stupid life. Okay. I think it's good now. But now there's a big old message on my screen. Okay, there we go. Is that really necessary that you get like these prompts every single time you plug your phone in? On my computer screen, on my phone. I gotta like do the unlock password every time to get that message to disappear. Every time I plug it in. Maybe first of all, maybe it's just me. I have a super old phone, and also I don't think that's quite worth complaining about. It's like phones are the most amazing thing. Whole generations of humans, like our modern phones, are the most amazing thing many generations could ever imagine. Like they wouldn't even, if you described to them what a phone was today, their brains would melt. They would not. What do you mean? All human knowledge is at your fingertips. What do you mean? All human knowledge is up for debate. What do you mean a phone tells you the time and gives you directions to Starbucks and you can play Atari on it and have food delivered to your house within the hour and have a servant come pick you up and take you to the zoo. Like, can you imagine telling George Washington what the hell a phone was? He'd be like, "You are a god." And you'd be like, "No, no, no. I'm just some schmuck." George Washington starts he gets on his knees and he's like worshiping the phone in your hand. He's like, "Oh, praise the phone, praise the phone." And then Moses comes down from the mountain and he's like, "What? Not again!" And he smashes a bunch of commandments. Oh, my kingdom for a point. I can't get a point on this brush. Let me like muss it up. Sometimes I gotta break up all the hardening ink on it. Then I get it wet with ink again. Roll it into a point. Let's see. Getting closer. That's the stuff. Yes. I can't see because I keep turning this away, this light away from the desk, so it's not so harsh on the paper or whatever's on screen. But then I can't see, so I think that's not too bad right there. But if you have an opinion, you should have popped in, said something. Should not you have? This is the Ryan Show, sucker. It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Dr. Octopus. Hello, I'm Dr. Octopus. Would you care to speak about the Lord? Dr. Octopus, I didn't know you were a Christian. Not that Lord. Oh. Not that Lord. And he pulls out his phone. It's like, you and George Washington, man. Pagans. I don't know how nice that is to call George Washington a pagan when he was probably a Christian to some capacity, I imagine. Weird. How does this go? Zig, zag, zag. Zig, zag, zag. Okay. Gotta keep the pattern straight. But my brain is just like barely held together with like paper clips and glue. It's like popsicle sticks propping it up from deflating. And I'm trying to remember how stuff works around curves. Bye. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, bashing and crashing and smashing my peers with fear. I used to know that song. I don't remember how it goes. I know parts of it still, but well, I'm gonna take this itty bitty world by storm, and I'm just getting warm. Just like my Ali, they called him Cassius. Watch me bash this beef like a skull. But you know I got beef with. Dumble, 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 dumble. So, I think I said, not sure though. So this planet is called Planet Montana. Pardon me. And I called it that because there's an alien in this book. When I designed him, and in this book, I designed him wearing a T-shirt that says Butte on it, Butte, which I thought was funny because it looks like the word butt. Like I've done comics before with characters with Butte on their shirt, and it's my idea of a joke. But so after I designed that character, when it came time to come up with whatever planet he was from, like to name the planet, I was just like, well, I'll just call it Planet Montana, without thinking about it, you know. And then you know, it just kind of wasn't sitting right with me in the story. I was like, well, you know, he's wearing this Butte shirt, but he's from a different planet. And I needed a way to justify that with me. And I came up with an explanation. And it's kind of like just a real quick little solve in the story. Like it's just barely addressed, but I like what I came up with. You'll see it if you ever read this book. So I guess I better finish it. Put your money where your mouth is. Put your money in your mouth. Put your money where your mouth is. Put your money in your mouth. That's right. All of it. That's a song by a guy named Brian Dewan that I really enjoy. Denton in the sky with the holy artifact. Denton in the sky with the holy artifact. I think it goes by two type that thing he's holding. I think it has two titles in this book. They call it the Orb, I think, and the Holy Artifact. The aliens on this planet call it the Holy Artifact. I believe. I think that's what I settled on. No, I might even change all kinds of stuff in the story. I think I've debated calling it something else, but I guess Holy Artifact works. These aliens, or at least the king on this planet, are vaguely religious. It doesn't play a whole lot into the story, but a little bit. Kind of like that. Let's see if you mean the things you say. Let's see if you mean the things you say. Let's see if you mean the things you say. I don't think that third time follows the nature of the song, but hey, it's my show. Besides, you guys don't listen to Brian DeWan, do you? Probably not. Probably not. For shame. I had a horse and his name was Bill, and when he stopped, he couldn't stand still, he ran away one day, and also I ran with him. No, he ran so fast that he could not stop. He ran into a barber's shop and fell exhaustionized with his eye teeth in the barber's left shoulder. Oh, Wolf, not my best page. Not happy. At shooting birds, I am a beaut. There is no bird I cannot shoot. An eye, in the ear, in the something in the fingers. Is it teeth? Yeah, I believe so. The eye, in the ear, in the teeth, in the fingers. There was an old woman in our town did dwell. She loved her husband dearly, but another man twice as well. Sing tooty whack for all the day. Brian Duan, it's all like folky kind of stuff, but it's kind of odd and just kind of insane. I love it. Some of it is actual folk stuff, but what isn't just sounds like a crazy person's folk stuff. Or it sounds genuine enough where you're like, I don't know if this is real or this guy. But he's really cool. I love Brian Duan. But then there's there's a song called like 99 Cops. Or what does he say? He's like 99 cops. Oh, what does he say? It was like something about 99 cops. Then like I shot one, he fell dead. There were 98 cops. No. Oh man, I haven't listened to that song in a while, but it's like that just sounds crazy. I shot one, he fell dead. The one I shot came back to life, and there were 99 cops all over again. Here's a beautiful song about the human heart called The Human Heart. There's a beautiful song about the brain called Feel the Brain. I'm gonna hop off in 15 minutes. Unless I don't finish this. I'll finish this no matter what. But I should finish within 15 minutes. 99 cops kissing in a tree. Kissing. I shot one. He fell dead. There were 98 cops. So, I don't know. The one I shot came back to life, and there were 99 cops back on the beat. Or something. Oh, he says something about like after he says I shot one, he fell dead. That'll show him for kissing a tree or something like that. He also has another beautiful song. It's probably the first one I heard by him, called "Tobacco is But an Indian Weed," and it's a beautiful kind of poem about comparing pipe tobacco to the human soul, or to human life, or something. I forget. But it's oh, I love that one. I didn't always like it either, and then just one day it struck me as being incredibly beautiful. And yeah, I don't know. Give it a look if you dare. So Halloween's coming up, which means my B-day is coming up. I'm going to be 34 whole years old. That's too old. So this is just before he makes his daring getaway from the space police. Which I should be drawing tomorrow. So you know this is a flashback later on because he has hair here. In the present day, in the next, whatever, 3 scenes or something, when we see him again, he's bald. And he's not dressed, he's not all got up like an astronaut anymore. Because he's a businessman. He's a scientist and a businessman. It's the poison factory. Now, that doesn't necessarily explain the astronaut part of his career, but he's just a rich scientist. That's all. Like Bruce Wayne. You know, a rich scientist. I don't know why I said that. Like, I'm not, for a comic guy, I'm not really too familiar with no comics. Came back to life, and there were 99 cops all over again. Okay. Oh, look at this crowded table. I need a bigger art desk. It's getting crowded, fellas. Okay, so we'll call that one. Let's get started on this next one, since I've got a few minutes. And otherwise, not a lot of time in my life. I might as well start now. Ooh, this tip is not cooperating. I'm just pinching it together. Oh, sorry. No, maybe too close. I thought it looked good on screen, but then I'll be knocking it with my brush, the camera. Mm-hmm. Ooh. That mouth is going to need a little bit of cleanup. Wash his mouth out with soap. Oh, I said what kind of brush I'm using. The ink I'm using. A big old bottle of Hobby Lobby brand Handy Art Black Velvet Waterproof India ink. I don't think any of that is really important other than waterproof India ink. Maybe Black Velvet. That's Just what I know other artists to use. I'm just following orders. Okay, I think it's time to call it. It's 9 o'clock. And I gotta move on. Oh, see? Yesterday I didn't realize I had an alarm for 9 o'clock. I forgot it's still there. Okay. I gotta wash my brush. Gotta move on to the next thing. So I will be back tomorrow with a new... Yeah. You stay over there. I'll be back tomorrow with a new... So I'll see you again. Tune in tomorrow at probably the same time. I've been doing it 6 to 7 o'clock. Maybe 7:30. I don't know. Whatever time I went on today. Probably a similar time. So we're gonna end on the note we started on. Oof. What is this? What is this mess? Where am I? Who am I? What good am I? Oh. Maybe it's better for just the beginning. We're figuring everything out, and we're not doing it on your time. Here's a commercial. For you to enjoy. With your psycho earholes. Unless, of course... Okay. Good night, everybody.
I'm Adam Carolla. Hey, kids, it's Ebo, the brand new talking Vermont teddy bear. In the past, our talking teddies have been equipped with anywhere between 4 and 5 unique phrases, but new Ebo talking teddy can have actual, meaningful conversations with you. No, it's not witchcraft. No, this teddy bear utilizes the dark powers of the internet and artificial intelligence to generate lifelike dialogue right back to your baffled child. Ebo can actually hear what you're saying, process an eerily appropriate response, and seamlessly communicate with you. Remember, I said artificial intelligence, not intelligence. There are no spies here. Maybe intelligence was the wrong word. Maybe we're getting into the weeds. Let's have a listen to some of Ebo's magic dialogue. If you take out my batteries, I can't love you as much. Has your new stepfather visited the United States before? If so, how long did he stay? Stop putting tape over my eyes. Wowee, they didn't have those back in my day. What an age to be alive. So do yourself a favor and buy a new Ebo talking Vermont teddy bear today. It's artificial smartness. I'm Adam Carolla. It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book.